Welcome back to Thalias Cakes, and today I'm gonna teach you how to make this super easy Mumkin cake using decorations from the 99-cent store and the Dollar Tree. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. You might want to consider hitting that subscribe button because I'm always teaching how to make fun and creative cake tutorials. So I baked this cake in a bundt pan. Make sure when it's finished baking to let it cool off completely, or else you'll be in the same situation as me, having to trim off the top part of this bundt cake. It's not a horrible situation, but it would be nicer to have the humps there. Here I'm just simple syruping both cake layers. Simple syrup is not going to make your cake any sweeter, so don't worry. I feel like if I was more patient letting the cake cool off, the cake would have turned out looking a little better, but it's whatever. Mistakes happen a lot. You would know exactly what I am talking about if you've been following my Instagram and watching my Insta stories. Anyways, let's continue. Now I'm ready to fill and stack this cake. If you're wondering what recipes I use to make this cake, I will be leaving the links down below. Yeah, this cake was giving me every reason to quit. If your cake starts to break like mine did, just make sure you glue the pieces together with buttercream, or else you will regret it later on. It made it super difficult for me to work with. So make sure if the bottom cake layer is like this, that this skinny piece here is matching along with the other cake that's going on top. So it's gonna be skinny here, fat here, if that makes sense. With my leftover cake scraps, I'm going to fill in the hole. Now I'm going to carve out the skinnier pieces from the top and bottom layer. Once I finished, I gave this cake a crumb coat with my offset spatula. If you would like any of the tools or supplies that you've seen in this video, I will be leaving a link down below in the description box. Once that was all covered in buttercream, I placed it into the refrigerator to chill for about 30 minutes, and then after the 30 minutes, I took it out and placed on the final coat of buttercream. Once that was set, I smoothed out the humps using a piece of poster board as best as I could. Then I popped it back into the refrigerator to get it a little hard so that I could smooth out the buttercream using my fingers. Okay, let me be honest, this cake was supposed to be a complete different cake idea, but a lot of things went wrong during the process. So at this point here is when I just decided to make it into a mum cake, which ended up being a nice save, I have to say. So let this inspire you. If you ever get stuck and it's not going your way, just think outside the box and do not give up. Here I'm rolling out this beautiful pumpkin fondant color that I made myself using orange, a little bit of yellow, and a tiny bit of moss green. Now I can drape this over my cake quickly and carefully, then cut off the excess fondant. So if you've been following me on Instagram, you probably remember me promising to show how badly I failed at a Halloween cake that I was supposed to put up as a tutorial. So here it is! Oh my goodness, I know it's bad. Go ahead and laugh. I started crying of how frustrating it was, but how funny it was at the same time. I felt like it looked like a cake that you would see on the Netflix show Nailed It. Sometimes when it doesn't come out, the best thing you could do is just laugh it off. Because of the bottom of this cake was so flat, being that I had to trim it, I decided to flip it over and take off the cake board that was on top and replaced it with some buttercream. To give the pumpkin a little detail, I used this tool right here to give it the lines that a pumpkin normally has. So just like any old Mumkin, this Mumkin needs some soil for the flowers. I got Oreos from the Dollar Tree and took out the cream inside of the cookie and placed the cookies inside of a Ziploc bag, and then I smashed them up using a rolling pin. Once that's done, place a piece of parchment paper in the center, then sprinkle on the Oreo crumbs all around the sides. Using white ribbon that I also got from the Dollar Tree, I wrapped that around my Mumkin and tied a bow in front. Now we can move on to making the flower arrangement. First, you will need some fake flowers and floral foam. To begin this process, I cut the flower stems separately to be able to arrange them however I wanted them. Just have fun with it, arrange them however you want, do whatever your heart desires, okay? I also trimmed off about an inch off the bottom because it was too tall for the cake. And if there's any wires hanging out, just trim them off. This reminds me when I used to work at edible arrangements. Make life a little sweeter with edible arrangements. They should hire me. I remember when I used to work there. Let's just say it didn't end very well. I'm a Latina. I've got a short temper. I know all my Latinas understand, so. And lastly, I placed on a little bit of buttercream on top of the parchment and placed down the flower arrangement. And there you have it, a Mumkin cake all decorated from the Dollar Tree. It's fun, creative, and affordable. Although what I originally wanted to make didn't end up coming out and there was a lot of careless mistakes, I'm really happy I didn't give up and I pushed through and I came out with something. But I also wanted to mention, I plan to make another Mumkin next year, but this time I'm going to plan this one out and make it even better. I love seeing people's recreations of the cakes that I make, so please tag me on my Instagram for a shout out. Oh, so here's the cool thing I wanted to show you guys. If you're making this cake for yourself, don't throw out the flower arrangement because it makes the perfect centerpiece at your dinner table for the fall.
Ay, mira pa allá que chula, mira.
Question. Have you ever had a really bad cake fail? What was the cake supposed to be and were you able to fix it? Comment down below. I want to interact with you guys. I want to get to know my subscribers. Like, I appreciate you guys, so let's talk. Let's talk about it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to share my videos with others on your social media. Also, be sure to click that circle button right over here to subscribe to my channel to continue to receive more fun and creative cake tutorials. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. And I will see you next time. Okay? Oh, okay. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.